106,000 people are waiting for an organ transplant at any given time, and a new person joins that list every 10 minutes. That is according to the United Network for Organ Sharing. The fact is, one organ donor can save up to 8 lives. But some people may be reluctant to sign the back of their driver's license to become a donor. We welcome Dr. Joel Schilling, Medical Director of the WashU and Barnes Jewish Transplant Center's Heart Program this morning. Hello, Doc. How are you?
Hello, doing well.
Good. You dodged the raindrops for now, so that's good. Let's talk about the reluctance some people may have to become a donor. Why do you suppose that is?
Well, there's often a few reasons and some misconceptions about transplant that can lead people to be hesitant. One of the main things might be, well, hey, doc, I have some other health problems. I have other conditions that might make my organs not adequate, and so they're hesitant to say, I don't have anything to offer here.
But that's not quite true. Even somebody who may be of older age or possibly some health issues, they still can be a donor.
Exactly. And even sometimes up into the 8th decade of life, you may not be able to donate all of your organs, but there can be valuable tissues that also can be supplied. So really, I think it's important to recognize that almost anything you have could be potentially useful to save someone's life or improve their quality of life.
What is the most in-demand organ for transplant?
Well, so around the country, kidney would be the highest volume and in-demand organ, just by sheer number. However, as the heart program, I can say we certainly have a very high demand, and heart is unique in that, again, in that context, we cannot consider living donation.
Right. Now, what about if someone signs the back of their license, say, yes, I'll be an organ donor, say, heaven forbid, someone gets into a car accident and passes away. Is that enough, just signing the back of your license?
Well, it's really not enough. It's a great first start to indicate you've thought about it and you've put forth that wish. The reality, however, is that sometimes it's hard to find that driver's license in the case of a tragedy. The family may also be dealing with a lot of other issues. And so that may not come to the forefront, and your wishes may not really be.
And not to mention, time is of the essence to get those organs.
For sure. So it's really important that you also communicate with your family what your wishes would be should that occur. And you also can actually go to a website and register at the registerme.org website, which is actually probably the best way to indicate your wishes to make that process as efficient as possible.
Yeah, we will, by the way, have a link to one of the governmental donor sites, and I believe at WashU you guys have a lot of great information there as well,
our website,
which I'll also link that as well. So you mentioned something called a living donor, mainly kidneys, obviously, correct?
That's correct, yes. And again, I mean, it's something to be aware of that, in fact, you can, whether it's a family member or, in fact, if it's even beyond that, you're able to, in that case, be considered for donating.
Yeah, we've heard of perfect strangers doing that and giving the gift of life to someone else, which is unbelievable.
It's an unbelievable gift.
Well, hopefully we've made folks more aware and maybe changed some minds this morning. We appreciate your time.
Well, I hope so. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And if you want to learn about those donor sites, maybe to register, going beyond the sign, your signature on the license, we'll link you to it on our website as well as our Fox 2 mobile app.